Hey folks, today I'm going to be covering a topic that I know is a huge headache for a lot of people out there. I'm going to be talking about password management, and the solution I'm going to be recommending to all of you today is the software known as Nordpass. We're going to be walking you through the entire piece of software, including how to import your old username and passwords, how to use Nordpass's software to change your passwords to make them more secure, and I'm even going to show you how to create an emergency or trusted contact so that, God forbid, something happened to you, one of your loved ones has the ability to access all of your information. This makes Nordpass work like a digital will. There's a free trial, and if you decide you want to continue it, the wonderful Nordpass team is giving Technify viewers a special 70% off discount on Nordpass by using the code Technify. Plus, you get an additional month for free until December 1st. Just head on over to nordpass.com/Technify to try it out. As always, everything is below in the description. So without further ado, let's jump in to the video. The first thing you want to do is head on over to nordpass.com/Technify and click the grab the deal button right over here. You'll then be able to select a subscription plan best suited to your needs. Remember, if you use my link and code Technify during November, you'll get 70% off and a free month of Nordpass Premium, which gives you access to multi-device synchronization, password sharing, and much more. In addition to a generous trial version, there's also a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you can try it risk-free, as Nord is a company that likes to put their money where their mouth is. So once you've got that set up and have got the Nordpass application open, you also want to download the Nordpass browser extension for easier access to your vault and for synchronization features. You can find all the browser extensions and their respective links on the Nordpass website right over here. Nevertheless, once you've selected your preferred plan, signed up, and launched Nordpass on your computer, you should be greeted with this screen. This should be the same across all devices, whether you're on Windows, Mac, iOS, Android, or even Linux. You'll be asked to sign up or log in. If you already used my code and purchased a plan, you'll have an account to log into. However, for demo purposes, we're going to be using our own demo account. By the way, if you want to follow the steps without having to download the Nordpass application, you can do it right from within your browser by going to app.nordpass.com/vault. And if you log in, you'll be able to use Nordpass just as you would on the physical applications, the desktop applications on the web. This is perfect for business users who can't download any external apps on their devices. So if you're using it on a web browser, the same steps will apply if you're using the physical app or the web browser app. So that's one note I'd like to make. So let's create an account, as that's the best way to use Nordpass. Once you click create an account, the create account button right here, you'll be presented with this screen. Simply input your email and click continue. Now enter in a password for your Nord web account, and once created, click the create password button. After that's done, you'll be redirected back to the Nordpass app, and this is the most important part of the process, creating the master password that will give you access to your vault of passwords. This will not be the same as your Nord web account password and needs to be something strong, as it's effectively one password for all of your passwords. It's the only password that you'll need to remember, so make sure it's strong, unique, but also memorable, and make sure to write it down. Once you're done creating your master password, click continue and just reconfirm your master password once more and click the confirm button. You'll be then taken to your main password vault. Now, before we dive into Nordpass's features, I want to explain a bit about what is a password manager and why you need to be using one. You probably have a ton of accounts on different websites and therefore a ton of passwords. Now, how many of those passwords are strong, unique, and not reused? According to a recent study done on password hygiene by PC Mag, a full 70% of respondents said they reuse passwords, which is a concern. That's where Nordpass comes into play. Backed by state-of-the-art encryption, this award-winning password manager basically puts passwords on autopilot and takes the burden of creating new strong passwords off your back, with you not having to remember them. I've also found the app to be extremely lightweight on my system and very easy to use. I've used a ton of password managers, and Nordpass is something I can wholeheartedly recommend to you as the best option for password management. When it comes to importing your data, it all depends on how you're storing your passwords currently. For the folks using another password saving app, Nord makes it very simple to import those passwords into Nordpass. To do this, just go back into the Nordpass app, click on the settings gear icon at the top, and scroll down till you see import and export. Now just click on import items, and here you can see a list of all the other types of password saving apps out there that do talk directly to Nordpass. But if you're saving your passwords via another method, you may just have to import them manually, which is something I'm going to walk you through right now and show you how easy Nordpass is to use. So I'm going to open up my web browser and go to a random website, Ralph Lauren, that I use. And what's going to happen as we start to log in to various websites, Nordpass is going to automatically start to save the information, and then we're going to use the password generator to change the password into something a bit more complex and secure. So let me log in with my actual username and password, and you'll notice if you have the browser extension installed that I see the Nordpass icon right over here. However, because it's the first time I've used it, it doesn't really know what to do as it doesn't see any information. However, in the future, this is what we're going to end up clicking on. So for now, let's hit the sign in button right over here, and you can watch the magic happen. As you can see, as soon as we hit sign in on this website, we get a little alert box at the top right over here that asks us if we want to save these login details. Simply, we can just hit the save button right here and it will add it to our Nordpass vault. However, keep in mind, this is only the first step of the process. Once we've saved that password, we're going to want to change that password to something that is more complex in random letters, numbers, and symbols. Nordpass makes this simple. So I'm going to go back to that website and just change the password for the website. Since that password is stored in my Nordpass vault now, I can click on that little Nordpass icon on the right hand side, and from there just simply click on the website and login info, and it will fill in that password for me. Now when it comes to creating a new password, watch and learn, my friends. Simply click on that Nordpass icon again in the new password field this time, and it will automatically generate a secure password for you to use. You can choose exactly how complex the password is by clicking on the show options button right over here. Now once you've created your new password, you can just click on it and click use password to use it. Nordpass will then automatically save it, so you never have to type out that password again. You'll now notice when I click the change password option, we'll get another Nordpass box alert at the top right over here asking us if we want to update that password in our vault. Simply just click update, and it's now saved in your vault. Now, if you store your passwords through a manual method, you're just going to need to repeat that process for every site you use. You'll also notice some other things that make Nordpass very useful and very handy, such as secure notes, password sharing, bank accounts, and credit cards. If we come over to the secure notes area, this is basically where you can jot down important info that isn't necessarily passwords, but sensitive information like your Wi-Fi password or two-factor authentication backup codes or something of that nature. Just give a note a name and input the actual content of the note. And the interesting part about this is that you can organize your secure notes into folders by clicking on the folder option if you want. Just click add a new folder, give the folder a name, say secret stuff, click on add a new folder again, and then finally hit save note, and now that note will be saved in that specific folder. As well, you can save any future notes in that folder or other folders if you wish to create them. You can see all your folders under the folders section right over here within the Nordpass app. It's very useful if you have a lot of info you want to keep secure, but also want to be organized at the same time. And by the way, you can create an unlimited number of notes. Another really neat feature about Nordpass, given the current world climate right now, because we're all at home, is the fact that just like passwords, it can take the burden of typing out your credit card info for online shopping. If you go to the credit card section and click add a credit card, you can input all your credit card details, then click save when done. And the next time you're checking out online, Nordpass will recognize it, and you can have Nordpass just autofill all the information for you instead of you having to type it out manually each time. Definite time saver, definite plus. If we go to the personal details section over here, you can see that we can add information like names, addresses, phone numbers, so on and so forth. And if you click the save button, it will be saved to your vault. This is handy if you have loved ones whose information you'd like to keep on file in case of emergency or quick access to their information should you need it. It's a very nice feature to have within the Nordpass suite. Also, the personal info feature is also quite useful when it comes to shopping, just as the credit cards feature. Nordpass will autofill all the personal details such as your name, surname, delivery address, so on and so forth, and the credit card information. So that's one other note that I'd like to make on this point. Now, if we go over to the password sharing or sharing area, this is one of the premium features, but you can get it for a good deal if you use my link and code Technify. But password sharing is really handy if you want to share passwords with family or friends. Let's suppose you have a Netflix account and you want to share that Netflix account with family members. You can easily send your login details securely to your family or friends by just going to your password vault, clicking on the three dots right here on any website that you have saved in your vault, and clicking on share. From there, enter the person's email address and what type of rights you want the person to have for that specific login. I'd recommend for the majority of you, keep this on limited rights when sharing passwords, as it will still allow the receiving party to log in to that website, but they won't be able to see that password, which is ideal for security. Full rights, on the other hand, will give the receiving party the ability to view and edit the password and login details. I'd only recommend using it in special cases, however, it's totally up to you. Once you click on this share button right here, the receiving party will receive an email letting them know they can access the shared password via the Nordpass app, depending on the types of rights you've set. This is a very easy feature and also is efficient, so I recommend checking it out in the premium edition. Now, Nordpass also has a few other premium tools in their toolbox that make their password manager even more robust and secure. So let's go over them and how Nordpass really shines. If you mouse on over to the password generator section here, you can see that Nordpass has a great password generation section that will let you create customized passwords that are complex and secure. This, in conjunction with using the browser extension, is a wonderful way to actually commit to creating strong passwords with Nordpass. If we come down to the password health feature right over here, this is where Nordpass really shines, in my opinion. Nord's secure technology will actually go through all your passwords and see if they're weak, if they can be easily hacked, reused, or are older than 3 months. Now, do note that this section may take a while to load depending on the number of passwords you have stored, but when it's done, you'll see a basic overview of how healthy your passwords are. I'd recommend you check this section regularly, as this is something that can easily help prevent you from being hacked, but it's so easy to forget, yet so important. This is truly one of my favorite features of Nordpass. If you go to the data breach scanner section, Nord's technology will basically go ahead and scan the deep corners of the internet to see if your info was leaked anywhere on the dark web. This is essential in today's world to keep you secure as possible, especially since the recent October 2021 Twitch data leak, where over 100 gigabytes of Twitch user data was leaked and up for sale somewhere on the dark corners of the internet. It's basically like having a lookout for your data. Nord can find out if your sensitive info is out there and alert you ASAP when a data breach occurs, so you can change your passwords and stay safe. I'd say this and the password health feature are my two favorite features of Nordpass. To actually activate this deep web scanner, all you need to do is click on the green Scan Now button right over here, and we'll go ahead and start scanning the deep web for you and its resources to actually go ahead and see whether or not your data was leaked, and if so, you can go ahead and see where it was leaked, how it was leaked, and all the information surrounding it so you can stay safe and update those specific passwords, if any. Finally, let's go into some of the settings of Nordpass. If you go to the gear settings icon right here, you'll be able to customize Nordpass's settings to your liking. We're going to focus on the security section and a few other points that are pretty important for the functionality and security of Nordpass. In the security tab, if you go to the section where it says unlock with Touch ID, if you're on one of the more recent Macs or iMacs, you can set up Touch ID so you can easily log in to your Nordpass vault. This is so easy that it's already become second nature to me, and I don't even have to, type out my master password anymore. It's another reason why I really love Nordpass, as it makes it very user-friendly and less cumbersome, as to my knowledge, there's not a lot of password clients out there that are even offering this Touch ID edition. If you come over to the Get Recovery Code section, I'm going to recommend everyone click this and generate a recovery code for your account. Why? Because in the event you ever forget your master password for Nordpass, you won't lose access to all of your passwords. Just simply re-enter your master password and Nord will provide you with an option to copy that specific code or save it as a PDF. It's recommended that you print this out and save it somewhere safe. If we come over to the multi-factor authentication, or MFA, and toggle it on, you can basically set up two-factor authentication for your Nordpass account. So whenever you log in, you'll be asked for a unique code from applications like Authy or Google Authenticator. Nordpass will take you through the steps to set up the two-factor authentication, to which you can use as an extra layer of security. I do this on all my accounts, and it's basically become standard for online security these days. So I'd recommend you set this up as well as soon as possible. Another important useful feature is Autolock, which basically will lock the Nordpass app and require you to sign into your vault. This is mainly for security purposes, especially if you live with multiple people. It depends on your living situation really and who uses your computer, but I personally would leave Autolock set to the default of 1 week since it's less cumbersome for me personally. However, it's entirely up to you and your living preferences and situation. If we scroll down the settings page, under autofill and save, you have all different types of security settings, including a browser extension that works hand in hand with Nordpass and basically is the thing that puts password management on autopilot for you with the auto generation of passwords. Nordpass is available for most popular browsers out there, so it should be easy for you folks to install. Now, under the Other tab, I would make sure that Launch at Startup is checked, so Nordpass automatically is open and ready to go every time you boot up or restart your system. This is more of an ease of use and ease of life feature within Nordpass. Finally, another very important feature, if we click on Advanced, and another good benefit to Nordpass, is the Trusted Contacts feature that not many folks seem to know about. This is where Nordpass can almost act as a digital will, the point I made at the beginning of the video. So let's show you how to set it up, as Nord makes it easy. Simply click on the Add a New Contact button at the top right here, and you'll see a box where you will be asked to put in the recipient's email address in case of an emergency, God forbid. After you hit continue, if the recipient doesn't have a Nordpass account, you'll need to invite them to create a Nordpass account in order for them to have access to your passwords and data. When you're ready, just click on the Invite to Nordpass button and your recipient will receive an email explaining the next steps in detail. And that's it. As you can see, Nordpass is a very simple yet very secure and robust password management tool that is essential in the digital world we live in today, especially given the current world events and climate. As a reminder, you can get the premium version of Nordpass, which gives you access to features like password sharing, password health, and deep web checkups, and multiple device access for 70% off plus a free month of Nordpass just by using the link or my code Technify at checkout. Try it out, see what you think, and thank you so much for watching. Also, big thanks to the Nord team for providing my viewers with this deal. They're awesome folks over there. I'll see you all in the next one, and for now, Technify out.